guys, it's Bree, Simulated here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. On today, Tuesday the 23rd of October, I uploaded my very first video. Let's go ahead and sort it by date added, oldest. Okay guys, so as you can see, hopefully, things have changed a little bit over the years. And I just wanted to go ahead and just do a little bit of a 2-year recap. So first of all, I want to go ahead and thank Alaya Sims for this idea. So she said on Twitter, great work on maintaining your channel for 2 years. I would love for you to do a video of the special things that happened on your channel the past 2 years, the builds, the videos you did that you liked the most, and the ones that you disliked the most. Sort of like a 2-year recap. And also other people suggested doing a Q&A, so there will be a little bit of a question and answer portion of this video. And if you guys have any questions after this video that didn't get asked and you didn't get the opportunity to ask your questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments and I'll answer them down there as well. I just want to know, I didn't know how to do thumbnails and I didn't have any clue on what to do. So all of these are just like recommended ones by YouTube. All the way, I did it for ages, all the way until I started my channel up again in February. So this is when I started uploading more consistently, and this is where a lot of you guys joined in on my channel, and I thank you guys for that. But as you can see, I did post quite a few videos and for quite a while before that, and I think I had about 3 subscribers after posting all these videos and when I got to here. Okay, so my internet's being really bad right now, that's why it's so pixelated, but basically, I don't know if you can hear this, but I was just so quiet and nervous because when I recorded this, it was about 6 a.m. I was living at my grandma's house at the time, so I would have to record at 6 a.m. I would record and then export it and then upload it all before 8 a.m. when my family would be getting up and going to work and school and whatnot. So I would have to wake up really early and then quickly record and edit and upload a video before anyone woke up, because otherwise there would be noise in the background because the walls were really thin and because then they'd be able to hear me talk. But let's go ahead and see what I said. Published on October 23rd, 2016. Hey guys, this is the first episode of The Sims 4 Disney Legacy Challenge. Link to the challenge. Okay, so not much has changed. This video has 46 views. It's the first video on my channel and this is my first video. I don't have any private videos before this. None of my videos have been privated or anything like that. So what you see is what you get. But yeah, this was just a really cute video. I think this was just a creator sim and build video of my Disney Legacy. I'll go ahead and link it down below if you want to watch it. But I didn't have any intro or outro screens. It's recorded, you can see this is all really close together compared to what my Sims UI is now, because before I had a really old bad laptop, and in my audio I was recording with my Sims 4 headset, which is amazing, but my fan on my laptop was so loud, it's just in the background of every single video, and sometimes it got so loud you could barely hear my voice over the fan. Actually at this point I was paying for screen recording and editing software. I don't know why. It was $34 for 1 year, and that's why after 1 year I sort of stopped uploading for I did stop uploading after about a year. I think it was so this was all 1 year, and then I sort of started to slow down because my editing software, I think this was the last video with my old editing software. It expired after a certain amount of time, and then I had nothing to edit with. So there was 11 months, so it was 3 months in between here and here. Okay, so these are my most viewed videos at this point in time. So my gallery room challenge has 351 views, which is crazy. It means probably every single one of you guys has seen it, which is awesome. Thank you. I don't know why this got so many views. I did this the day after Deligracy did it, so maybe it's because people were watching hers and then it was getting recommended. I don't know. Baby Maker with 301. I don't know why that happened. This was one I was really proud of, where my Seasons LP on the second part got 270 views. Within 24 hours, it got over 100. And I was so happy. That's when I got a big increase in my channel. I think I got 20 subscribers in 1 day at one point. That was amazing, and I'm so thankful for that happening because it really gave me that extra push to keep on going. About 3 months ago, I was in a tough time with exams and whatnot, and that just really gave me the energy I needed to push through with my Seasons LP and just continue on and get to the point where I am today. So this episode, random episode of 100 Baby Challenge, you guys probably know my 100 Baby Challenge is my most watched series, and it's one I'm never going to muck with or change or do anything too drastic with because it consistently gets high amount of views compared to the rest of my videos. So yeah, this one just for some reason really interested people with 251 views. Then this episode of Seasons LP number 3 got 123, and once again that just like made me feel more confident in continuing on. I got a bit of hate on this video. I think that's why it got so many views. So that one got 103. 100 Baby Challenge, the first episode, got 96. That means 96 people have started watching my 100 Baby Challenge before. The first episode of my Mint Generation for the Not So Berry, 86 views. So first parts always get quite a few amount of views. As you can see, 96, 86, 86, because people want to start watching your series, and then after a couple of parts it does die off, but you can usually guarantee the first parts are going to get a couple more views than the rest. Seasons trailer reaction, this roller rank build, I was really proud of that. My Caribbean inspired build, this came at a time, I got a lot of views on this video in a time where I wasn't getting very many at all, and I was feeling really discouraged about a month ago. And this was when we're having a lot of gallery issues and I was getting like no downloads, and then this video suddenly popped off. Like for me, this is popping off. And I was really happy with that. Custom content shopping always does well, as you can see, 60 views. And then it's just 100 Baby Challenge, Baby Maker. American Horror Story got 50, trailer reaction got 50, and yeah, from here it does sort of just go down to the 40s and then 30s. As you can see, most of my Not So Berry seasons and 100 Baby especially fall into the 30 category, which I'm so happy with. I know you guys love my 100 Baby Challenge, and I'm so grateful that you love it because it is a really proud moment for me. Now, she said to point out if there were any videos that I don't like, that I think are bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and be honest. I'm not embarrassed by any of my videos, but I do definitely think some of my older videos aren't as high quality, and that does embarrass me. Like, I'll have some people start my 100 Baby or my Not So Berry LP, my Not So Berry Challenge videos, and they'll be like, the audio is really quiet, or the audio is really bad, or like da-da-da this, and it's like, I know, just like keep on holding on, it does get better. And so whilst I answer these questions and answers, we're going to go ahead and have a couple of different videos sort of cycling through the background. Okay, so this is my first ever build. As you can see, it's a family home build, and I just want to point out this is actually not my current like family's home, but the one we lived in before that. This is actually my family, like based off of my family's old home. So that's where I got the inspiration for this. It has 19 views, published on the 8th of January. Hi guys, I've been unwell lately and didn't have the opportunity to film or upload until today, so apologies. This has no voiceover because I couldn't film to my voice due to having a busy household at the moment. Feel free to play your own music or podcast whilst watching this. If the music doesn't please you, smiley face, I would recommend the Jenna Jillian podcast. So that's the music I used in a light, and then I went ahead and linked the artist and all that. Now I don't use attribution required music because I always forget to copy and paste it. So yeah, anyway, this was our first build. Hope you agree my skills have improved since 2017. And Jinx Jr. said, I love how you lay out the floor plan. And the reason why it was so easy was because this is where I used to live. So this got 3 thumbs up and 0 thumbs down, so thank you guys for that. But let's go ahead and just watch it in the background whilst I answer some questions real quick. Okay, I've got the sound muted just because I'm not sure how loud it is and what not. But let's go ahead on to Twitter and go ahead and see what the questions were that you guys asked me. So I said on Monday I'm going to be filming a video for 2 years on YouTube as a celebration video. As a part of that video, I want to have a Q&A section where I answer any questions you might have. So feel free to leave any questions here and I'll answer them in the video. Emma asked, my questions are, what inspired you to start doing YouTube? So basically, I got asked this on Instagram as well, so I'll go in more depth with that question. But basically, the reason why I wanted to start a YouTube channel was because I wanted to have all of my content somewhere else besides from in my game. I'll get into more depth in this when I hop on over to Instagram, but basically, I just wanted to share my content with other people, but also have a record of it for myself on like an external platform that wasn't the Sims game. So yeah, cover on that more in a moment. And her second question was, what is your favorite expansion, game pack, or stuff pack from The Sims 4? And she said, congratulations on 2 years on YouTube. So thank you. But my favorite expansion, I'm going to have to go ahead and say would probably be City Living, or I know a lot of people hate on it, but I love Get to Work for the active careers. I think the reason why I love City Living and Get to Work is mainly for their careers, and then City Living for the fact that it brings in apartments and whatnot. Oh my god, my roofing is so bad in this video. Oh my god, okay. Don't look at it, please. Somebody else asked, Meg McMully asked, where did you come up with the name Bree Simulated? I'm pretty sure someone asked me on this on Instagram as well. But basically I came up with this name because somebody else asked me a question similar and I can't answer it fully. Oh, we got buffering. Okay, so I came up with the name Bree Simulated. It actually did take me a long time. I created my channel before the 23rd. It took me a while to get my first video. One of the reasons why it took me a while to upload my first video is because I still had to come up with a name, which took quite a while, if I'm being honest. I didn't want to use my real name, so I'm going to go ahead and be honest. Bree Simulated is not my real name, spoiler alert. But Simulated basically comes from the fact that my channel is going to be mostly gaming and Sims content, so like simulated as in The Sims, and then just like simulated as in like video games and like technology. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the Halloween special now because that build kept on buffering and I just cannot look at it any longer. It's actually not that bad, but it's just kind of painful. So basically Bree comes from my name and then Simulated comes from The Sims. So yeah, eventually I'll be able to tell you guys more about that, but at the moment I'm having some issues with stalkers and people following me and stuff, which I don't think is related to my YouTube channel at all, but because of that I don't want to reveal any private information about my full name or anything like that. Somebody did ask me that on Instagram, what's your full name? I'm not going to be giving out my full name probably ever, and definitely not now, but if you guys ever do find me on any other platforms or find my full name, please don't tell anyone it, don't release it, don't spread it. Just don't, because it's dangerous. And yeah, I'm keeping my full name private for now. Maybe one day in the future, once I feel more secure, I will. But for now, just respect that I'm not going to reveal my full real name. That's all the questions I can find on Twitter. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on over to Instagram now. Okay, so the first question on Instagram was, will you be doing a Get Famous LP? And I said, I sure will. I am so excited for it. I have so many ideas and I'm going to throw some at you. So basically, I have the idea of combining some people from previous LPs and previous videos and filling up like other towns and the new town with them so we can see some familiar, friendly faces in the videos. And I had the idea of having one main character, but then also having a couple other characters that we frequently play with and visit, just to keep things interesting, because I really just want to do one sim, and I don't know much about the expansion pack yet in regards to like the job and whatnot, but I really do want to have just one main sim we focus on, but I want to explore many aspects of the expansion. So as you know, my Seasons LP, each episode sort of has a theme and we're trying to tackle every single main element of the Seasons LP. So that's what I want to do with Get Famous as well, and I feel like that's hard to do if you only have one singular sim. So I've got the idea of having maybe 3 or 4 households we cycle between, but one main girly that we follow. So let me know what you think about that idea. Also, for the Instagram questions, I'm not going to say names because they were asked like somewhat anonymously through the Instagram Ask feature, so I don't want to go ahead and reveal names just in case they didn't want me to. But yes, if you hear your question be asked, know that I read it. So someone else asked me, how long have I been playing The Sims for? So in this I answered that I watched my mum play when I was a baby until I was about 2 years old. My mum was a teenager when she gave birth to me, and before I was born, she went away with her friends to a hotel, and there was a competition to win a computer, and she won the computer. And so I remember watching her play The Sims on that new computer that she had won, which was just really cool. But before that, we had an old school computer with like floppy disks and all that, and I watched her play The Sims 1. And so The Sims came out in 2000 and I was born in 2000. And so my mom was a teenager when that came out, so she was playing it like a lot of teenagers were. And I remember watching her play it. I'd sit there, she'd sit me there, and we'd watch it. I'd watch it and we'd play it sort of together. I'd like tell her what to do. And then when I was about 3 years old, she let me play myself. And then when I was 4, so when I was 4, I think in 2004 The Sims 2 came out, or maybe 2005, like 2004, 2005. And she let me play The Sims 2 because it was a bit easier than Sims 1. Sims 1 was a little bit hard to keep the Sims alive as like a 4-year-old. For me, it was really hard, and I'd get upset when all my Sims would die. My Sims would die in Sims 2, don't get me wrong, but just not as often. So when I was about 4 years old, my mum let me start playing The Sims on her new computer. Okay, we're jumping into the Halloween special. Spooky. This is so funny. But anyway, yeah, when I was 4, she would let me play The Sims on the computer. And I remember waking up early before kindy and waking up early and playing on the computer. So I would set my little alarm clock for like 6 a.m. when I'd usually get up at 7 a.m. and I'd go hop on the computer and play Sims for an hour before kindy as a 4-year-old. I was addicted. And I did this all throughout my schooling. I would wake up early before school and go in the living room and play The Sims. And then I would hop back in bed right before Mum's alarm was about to go off. And then she'd come in and wake me up, but I'd already been up for an hour. Mum, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure she had a pretty good idea of what I was doing. But yeah, that's how it was. And then when I was about 12, I got my own laptop, mainly for like schoolwork and stuff, but I also got to have The Sims on it, and that's when I started playing Sims more like in depth and regularly with The Sims 3. And then I got The Sims 4 in the Christmas, like I think it came out in like September 2014, and I got it in December as a Christmas present. So that's when I started playing The Sims 4. And then I started my channel about 2 years after that on a different laptop, because that first laptop broke, and then I got a second laptop and that one also eventually broke. So yeah, anyway, that was my little story about that. Somebody asked me how old I am. I am 18 years old. So in Australia, 18 is the like legal age for a lot of things like drinking and purchasing things in stores that you wouldn't usually be able to purchase. It's the age where you're independent from your parents. And I can drive without having to display any P plates, so that's cool. I have moved out of home, so you can sign a lease at the age of 18 as well. So I'll be 19 in January, which is pretty cool. So if you guys would like me to do a little special like birthday party video on my birthday, I'd be happy to do that. But yeah, I'm 18 years old. So somebody asked me a really awesome question. They said, "Hey Bree, what made you decide to start a YouTube channel, and what inspires me?" So I've already covered this a little bit, and I said I'd cover this in more detail in the video, but basically I wanted to entertain people and share my story. So that is very true. The reason why I wanted to start my channel is to entertain people and make people happy. If you guys don't know, I am studying to become a psychologist because I really want to help people. I want to help people live a more comfortable life and eventually get them to the point where they can sustain and live a mentally healthy life on their own without the need of therapy, which is basically the goal of being a psychologist, to help people and eventually get them to the point where they can help themselves but still know when they need to reach out to other people. So that also, my like aspiration of becoming a psychologist and helping people also follows through onto my YouTube channel. And I'm not doing this for like a therapy thing for you guys. It's obviously not an effective form of therapy. If it makes you happy, that's great, but if you have mental health problems, please do see a professional, or at least reach out to your family and gauge from their response if you should see a professional. But basically, I just wanted to help make people's lives a little bit brighter. I wanted to help entertain people and help make people smile. As I said, therapy is the number one option. If you're having severe mental health problems that are impairing on your daily life, please see your doctor and get a referral to maybe a social worker or a therapist or a psychologist or a psychiatrist, depending on their referral. But if this helps keep you happy and helps calm you down from your anxiety or cheer you up from your depression or whatever it is for you, even if it just keeps you distracted when you're stressed about something else, then that is amazing. And if you can find anything that helps cheer you up, even if it's only for a little bit, then that's what I want my channel for. Like, I remember when I was going through a really rough time, I was receiving therapy, but in between my therapy sessions, I would need some kind of way to calm me down and some kind of way to cheer me up. And YouTube was more often than not my go-to for that. And I'm going to start crying. I just can't thank the people enough that I watched. I watched so many different people, but it was just amazing. When you watch a YouTuber, sometimes you feel like you know them and like they understand you, and it's obvious that they don't, because it's sometimes impossible when some people have such large subscriber counts. But if that's how you feel with me, please let me know. That would be so amazing to know that I make your day a little bit brighter. But I wanted to do it to entertain people, to share my stories with other people, because I also have this weird thing where like, if I play off camera and I don't even do like a current household video for you guys, I feel like my time has been wasted. And that's not to say playing Sims is a waste of your time. That's just the way I feel personally about myself. Like, if you do it, it's fine, whatever. But within myself, I just always get kind of anxious. Like, if I'm playing a game and I'm spending hours and hours and hours into it, but it's only ever going to be in the game, I feel like I'm wasting my time somewhat, because I feel like I could be making a video for you guys, or I could be doing an LP on this for you guys. And I just feel like playing on my own isn't a worthy use of my time when I could be sharing it with everyone else. And there are some times where I do play off camera and don't show you guys at all, but that I haven't done that. I've done that once since starting my YouTube channel. I have a household that I played, and it was the Barbosa household. And it was meant to be, I was going to do like a little bit of a super sim thing, like just have her build up her skills. And honestly, when I don't do a current household, or I don't do any kind of video, like I create a sim or anything with households that I play with, I get bored of it more easily, and I just lose interest so much quicker in them. So like, for instance, I played with that household for like one weekend and I haven't touched them since, because I'm just not interested in it, because I didn't really play with them very much. And because I wasn't doing a video, I don't have any kind of record anywhere other than in the game that I was doing it. And this might sound kind of weird, but that just feels like a waste of my time in that extent, because now the only place where that story exists is in the game. And to me, that's not worthy of the amount of time I put into it. So that's why I'd much rather make, even if I play with the Sims like household for like 3 months or a month, and then all I do is like a 10-minute current household, that's good enough for me. Like, I'm like, okay, yes, this content is somewhere other than in the game. Other people can enjoy it, and that makes it more worth my time. I don't know if that makes sense. If you feel the same way, let me know, because I've always felt kind of weird about this. And I do find it really hard to enjoy playing The Sims just without the intent of making any kind of video. So I don't know if maybe that's something I need to work on. Maybe I should try like doing something without making a video about it, but I just don't find it as enjoyable. I would much rather know that when I'm playing, it's going to brighten someone else's day up as well, not just mine. So I know this is a really deep reason as to why I started the channel, but that's honestly why I started. I wanted a place to record all of my stories, and I wanted to have the ability for other people to be able to see them and for other people to be able to enjoy them. And I just really love doing it. That's what inspires me as well. It inspires me knowing that someone else is going to see this. It inspires me knowing that my story is going to be recorded for other people to watch. And I guess the other thing that inspires me is other simmers that I watch. When I watch other people and I watch them grow, and I watch bigger simmers notice smaller simmers, it's like, that's what I want. I want to have such a big impact on this community that someone with like hundreds of thousands of subscribers is like, yep, she's a good egg. Like, that would be a dream for me. And that's honestly what I am striving for, just to impact as many people as possible. And that's what inspires me to keep going, knowing that one day I will be able to make a lot more people happy. Not that I'm not happy with my current like subscriber count and the current people that I get to expose my content to, but that's just my overall goal, to make as many people happy and brighten as many people's day as possible, to entertain as many people as possible. So I'm glad that you guys are along the ride with me for that. Somebody asked, what would your favorite Sims game be? 1, 2, 3, or 4, and why is it your favorite? Sims 2, hands down Sims 2, just because of the art style, the ability to like, it runs so smoothly on my computer, so it's just like I can just play it for hours and hours. I don't get bored. Sims 2 is the kind of game where I can binge play it and not get bored. And then somebody said that they don't have a Twitter account, but they'll ask it here. What is my dream city to live in? Now, I'm obviously not going to reveal where I live right now. I come from a small country town and I've since moved to study to be a psychologist, but my dream city is probably pretty much where I am right now, just to live more in the city. And there isn't really anywhere else in Australia I'd like to live. I've been to Melbourne and I liked it. I wouldn't mind living there, but I wouldn't really have any reason to move there. So yeah, that was all the questions pretty much, aside from people who ask questions about like what my full name is and really private questions. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this right now. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is just run over some goals that I have for this, like for the next year. So basically, I want to make one of these videos when I hit my 3-year mark next year, and I want to look back on the goals I set right now and see if I smashed them, or whether I'm still working towards them, or whether those goals aren't important to me anymore and if they've changed. So basically, my goal for the end of this year is to have 500 subscribers. And my goal for probably before my 3-year mark is to have 1,000 subscribers. That would just be crazy. So by October next year, I would probably be hoping I'd have 1,000 subscribers. And then once I hit that 1,000 milestone, I'd then be hoping I could get the 4,000 watch hours to eventually be monetized. And it's not about earning money for me. As you know, I'm a full-time student. I'm studying to become a psychologist. I'm not relying on YouTube as a source of my main income, obviously, but to earn money from YouTube would mean I could spend more money on it. And my promise to you guys, I'm scared to set this, that if I ever got monetized, this doesn't necessarily mean in the next year, but if I ever got monetized and earned enough from YouTube alone to earn enough to buy a good quality camera, I would do a face cam, like a reveal video of my face. So I'm kind of scared to put that out into the world, but that's just the main reason why I do want to hit the monetization milestone, so that I can eventually get a better mic, so I can buy better editing and recording software. That'd be crazy. And so I can eventually get a camera and record my face for you guys. And then after I have all the equipment that I need, I would want to start doing like regular giveaways for you guys. So at the moment, I don't do giveaways. I had people ask me a couple of times about me buying them copies of the game and stuff like that. I just want you guys to know that at the moment, I am a full-time student, so I'm actually paying money to study. And I don't have a job during the semester. I only have a summer and a holiday break job. And I do some tutoring here and there, but at the moment, that hasn't hit off yet. Hopefully, it'll hit off next year. But at the moment, I can barely afford to buy the games myself. When I do, I have to save up and do actually at my university, you can do like experiments, like psychology experiments for money. So that's the way I usually afford to pay for the expansion packs. For instance, I've got one I'm doing tomorrow where I'm going to earn $40 from doing this like month-long longitude study, like this intense study where I had to do like exercises and surveys every single day for like 3 weeks. So that $40 will help pay for my expansion pack. And unfortunately, I don't have enough money or enough experiments that I can do to afford a second pack for you guys. I'd love to give every single one of you guys the base game and all the packs if I could. But that's eventually my goal, to be able to do a giveaway. So maybe if I could do a giveaway before this time next year, that would be awesome. And my goals within myself, aside from like sub count and whatnot, my goal for me, like for my channel, would be to eventually get accepted into the Game Changer program. For those of you who don't know, EA Game Changers, they get early access to the games, and they sometimes can get invited to events like EA Play and Sims Camp and stuff like that. If I could get into the EA Game Changers program by this time next year, I would probably cry. I've been rejected twice now, which was really disheartening both times, but I am hoping maybe third time will be a charm. My goal was to get into the EA Game Changer program by the end of this year, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen just because of the way they're accepting people now, and I got rejected not very long ago, so it's probably going to be a while before I can enter again. And yeah, so my main goals by this time next year would be to have 1,000 subscribers and to be in the EA Game Changers program. That would just be absolutely crazy. I can't think of any other goals than that. But you guys let me know if you have any goals for your own channels, or if you think there are any goals and milestones that I haven't mentioned that I should be hitting next year. But basically, that is where I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I just want to thank you guys so much for 2 years on YouTube. I know maybe only 1 or 2 of you have been here since the beginning. If you're still here from the beginning, please let me know. Comment down below. Hello, hi, thanks for sticking around for so long through all my technical difficulties. But I just want to thank all 319 of you right now that are subscribed. That is absolutely crazy to me. I can't even imagine that many people. That's more than the amount of people that were in my school. So that's crazy. And no matter what, my subscriber count, my view count, whether or not I'm in the EA Game Changer program, that doesn't change who I am as a person. And it doesn't make me better or worse than any other creator. So I just want to give some inspiration to anyone who's starting a channel and who is feeling kind of down about any of those factors. Don't feel down. Just keep on having fun. Think back to, if you're answering that question about why you started and what inspires you, think back to that and just remember, am I still doing this? Is that still my reason for having my channel? Is that still what inspires me? And then reevaluate from there, because numbers aren't everything. They're not what matters. what I love more than any kind of view count or like to dislike ratio on my videos is your guys' lovely comments, and you guys comment so many lovely comments. I appreciate you guys so much. So until next time, I hope you all have a very snazzy day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!